Guys, I hope you guys are doing well. So today I'm going to make another video in my beginner series. I'm going to talk about brushes, all about brushes, makeup brushes. Like makeup brushes can be really confusing because there's so many types of brushes, brands. So it is really confusing to choose the right one for yourself. So don't worry, I'll be helping you to choose the right kind of makeup brush, that too at a very affordable rate. So yes, if you're interested, then let's get started with the video. Most of my brushes that I use like almost every day are over here. Like there you go, but I'm gonna just show you the important ones which you should have in your kit and you'll be all set. So the first one is foundation brush. For foundation, I love using this one. This is by Real Techniques, and I think a lot of people love this. It's a cult favorite. This is a Real Techniques buffing brush. You can also use a sponge for your foundation, but that gives you a more natural look and absorbs more product, whereas this one gives you a very full coverage look. And personally, if I have that time, like days when I really want to do my makeup really well, I'm not rushing, I love doing it with a brush. How to distinguish between something that's meant for your liquid products versus something that's made for your like powder products. So for liquid products, you will mostly see that the top is very dense and the bristles are very packed together and they're very dense. You can see it right here. For powder products, generally the bristles are not like packed so closely together. So this is the buffing brush. I totally recommend this brush. And then there is also, like for foundation, you have a lot of brushes. You have also this kind of a brush which is like a flat foundation brush, and I know a lot of people think that this is the wrong foundation brush or something. It just depends makeup artist wise or person to person, like which one they are comfortable with. I know a lot of makeup artists who love using these flat brushes to give a very nice subtle coverage on the face to make it look like skin like. So you can also use this one. This is not a wrong brush. This is how the flat foundation brush looks like. This is from Oriflame. I recommend you spending in the Real Techniques core set. Like I think it's called the core, base and the eyes set. It comes in with 4 or 5 brushes. They are amazing. Like there are 2 sets. On Nykaa the price is really crazy, so you can, if you want, you can get it from Nykaa or from a relative who's living on site, or you can even get it on Amazon, but make sure it's authentic. Then for powder, generally powder brushes are very fluffy, and this is by Wet n Wild, and this is one of my best brushes, and this is one of my most inexpensive brushes. I think this one was for $2.99, and this is actually not like dirty. I think this is actually pink in color, so it's a pink and white ombre, which is so cute. And this is like my current favorite for powder. It's so soft, and you can see the bristles compared to the foundation brush can like loosely packed. Like if you see the foundation brush, you see it's very densely packed, but this one is more like loosely packed. One by Oriflame, and then one by, I think this is by Shany. This is the F14 medium powder brush. So these are generally powder brushes. Big fluffy ones are great for your powders. So this is the Real Techniques contour brush. This I use for contouring, and I also use to set my under eyes. It's very also can be used for contouring. It gives a very precise contour. Contouring, I prefer brushes which are more of this slanted way. You can definitely use this Real Techniques contour brush. This one, you can definitely use this one for contouring, but make sure you blend it really well or it can look harsh. But personally, for me who doesn't like harsh contour on the face, I love using brushes like this one. This highlighters, you have fan brushes obviously, and what I like using, like what gives me that blinding highlight, is a brush like this one. So let's talk about these first. So these are more like in a crease. I think they're still in a crease, and a lot of people use it for highlighter. And personally, fan brushes, like I love this one especially for a daily highlight. Like if I'm going out with my friends or something of that sort, what I do is I take my highlighter, and if I want that subtle glow and I don't want to blind my friends, then I use a brush like this one. A fan brush like this one will give you a very subtle glow, but this one again will give you a little blinding glow because you can see the number of bristles are more compared to this one. But for me, generally, if I want to blind a person with my highlight, then I love using this brush, and this is actually an eye brush. I think P.A.C also makes a brush like this for highlighter, but I like using this eye brush. This is P.A.C 393. Yes guys, to blind people with your highlighter, you need to use the proper brush. That perfect sculpted look, then I go for this brush as well. This actually I got with a Freedom palette, but you can get similar brushes like these. You can get it from MAC, you can get it from P.A.C. These are like slanted, you know, brushes, and you can see it's so short so it won't spread the product everywhere. That is very important to know when you're contouring your face, that the brush is really, you know, dense, and again the bristles are tightly packed together so that the contour doesn't goes everywhere. For blush, I like using this one. This is a duo fiber stippling brush and it's from Vega. This is a smaller one, and you will also get a bigger one. I love using it for my blush simply for the fact it makes the blush look so real, like not like I'm applying some pink color on my face. That's the reason I love this brush. And you can see it's a duo fiber brush, and I just, you know, love taking the blush and going like this. Or you can definitely use brushes like this or like this for blush, or even your powder brush for your blush. These stippling brushes are also used for your liquid foundation, like foundations which is too liquidy, and this just covers every pore and everything of your face, like goes into every pore if you're using a brush like this one. Who is a makeup artist who uses this brush especially for foundation. This one, the bigger stippling brush from MAC, they use this one. But for foundation, as I told you guys, that, you know, a buffing brush is my favorite, and I love especially this one for, you know, blush. Those were all about face brushes. Now I'm going to talk about eye brushes, which are like my favorite thing to talk about. So first I'm going to start with my favorite brush, that is Eyeliner Brush, and this is by Inglot. You have seen me using this I think in 2 or 3 of my videos, and I use this for my eyeliner. I love this, nothing compares to this one. It's because of this bend near the neck, you know, it makes you apply your eyeliner so nicely. I have a video on winged eyeliner. I know how to apply your eyeliner with the brush and everything, so I'll link that in the description box. So yes, I really love this. It's an Inglot 30T brush. I'll definitely mention the brushes in the description box as well so that you don't get confused. Sometimes when this brush is dirty, I love using, you know, a 00 brush from Fever Castle. But again, if we are talking about proper makeup brushes, then Inglot 30T is my favorite eyeliner brush. Then coming to brows. For brows, my favorite has to be this one. This one again comes in the, you know, eyes set in the Real Techniques collection, like the, I think it's called the Coke collection or something. And this is actually, you know, a very nicely packed, dense, slanted brush, and it's actually for your brows. See the tip, it's like a slanted tip, so you can just line and then just fill in without making it look like crazy. So back in the day, if you watch my older videos, you will see me using this brush. So I really love this. Like, coming to my favorite brushes, blending brushes, and you can never have enough blending brushes. So first let me talk about the affordable ones, because I know we all love affordable stuff. So the affordable brushes are these I got from Amazon. This is by a brand called Generic or something. They come in a set of 4. They come in a lot of sets actually, and generally I've seen this brand is trying to, you know, recreate BH cosmetic stuff. So yes, I love using these brushes, and they're super inexpensive. I think I got these for 299 rupees, like 4 brushes. Crazy, right? Also, one thing that I've seen with a lot of people, you know, like even a lot of bloggers I see online, they literally hold the brush over here or even over here, and they just start, you know, like rubbing their eyes so violently, and you shouldn't do that. That will not just cause wrinkles and that, you know, damage the cells in that, because this is a very, you know, sensitive area. Also, your eyeshadows will be having a sad marriage, so don't do that. All you're supposed to do is hold the brush right over here, you know, like right over here. Not over here, not over here, over here, at least over here, and then go very slowly. When you see those perfectly blended looks on Instagram, you're like, I wish I had that. That's what they do. You're supposed to hold a brush like this and then blend it slowly. Any brush for the matter of fact, don't just hold the tip and go like this. Now I'm going to talk about my favorite brushes, blending brushes. There are so many types of blending brushes, and I know all of us need to know, like, which is the brush that I should be using. First, let's talk about this one. This is a Arte PE23, and this sort of a blending brush will give you a very, you know, precise blend. Like, suppose you have a dark eyeshadow on your outer corner, you can just apply the dark eyeshadow and just, you know, start blending that area. You don't want the dark eyeshadow to be all over. So for precise blending, I love these brushes, and I love Pro Art brushes, by the way. I love P.A.C brushes, Pro Art brushes, Real Techniques. As I said, these are like amazing, you know. Like, so then I have these 2 brushes. So this is the P.A.C 021. I have a lot of P.A.C brush actually, especially most of them are eye brushes. I love the P.A.C 021, and this is the P.A.C 210. Okay, So these two, as you can see, this will, like if I use this one for eyes, very fluffy blending brush, so it'll spread the color to a larger area, and a larger area will be blended with this one, so the eyeshadow will spread to a larger area. You can see it's very fluffy. So you can see this one is again very fluffy, so I like using this for my you know, crease, defining my crease, and just, you know, evenly spreading the eyeshadow without making one area look a little dark. Again, this is the P.A.C We This is one of my favorite brushes. I use this constantly. You can see I have eyeshadow also. Most of these brushes are dirty. I'm really sorry about that. And then again, we have two more blending brushes from, one is from NYX and the other one is Oriflame. Specialty about these brushes are that you can use these both for precise blending as well as for, you know, blending a larger area. Talk about a few more eyeshadow brushes. So first I'm going to talk about a Pro Art brush. This is Pro Art PE23. You can see it out here. How do you know this is like a base eyeshadow brush and not something that will blend? This will not blend your eyeshadow. You can see it's a flat brush. It is not like round. It is flat. You can see it's supposed to apply eyeshadow and deposit the color on your lids. So this is for that reason. This is not for blending. Those round brushes that you saw, the blending brushes, are for blending your eyeshadow so that you get a nice gradient on your eyes. And then I have a few more shadow brushes, one from this brand. This was again an impulsive buy. You can, shadow brushes are generally flat and the top is, you know, like a U. You can, a brand called Babila, and I think this is available on Nika. You know, this was an impulsive buy. And again, I have one by Lottie London. A lot of you were asking about this brush. So this is by Lottie London. It's a huge, you know, eyeshadow brush. So you can, if you want just going for, you know, one color all over your eyelids, go for this one. You can see these are like very tightly packed just for, you know, depositing the color, taking the color from the palette and depositing. One of my favorite base shadow brush is this one by Real Techniques, and I almost lost it, so I was really sad about it, but I really like it. It's, again, for eyeshadow. This actually, again, as I said, you know, it comes in a set. Love this for eyeshadow. I'll show you another brush. This is by P.A.C 205. And this one, generally, you know, if you want that sharp line, that crisp line, you can use it for your eyeliner, like just, you know, for the line, that sharp line, you can use this one. You can also use it, you know, for lining your brows. Like take a concealer once you're done doing your brows and you want that perfect Instagram look, just take a little bit concealer on the brush and just go like this and then blend it out with your sponge or your buffing brush or your any other brush. Go for this one. This one actually years back was sent to me by Starlooks, and this is the Slanted Liner 824 brush. You can use this for your wing. Again, P.A.C makes these brushes, MAC makes these brushes, brands make these slanted liner brushes, and this used to be, you know, once upon a time this used to be my favorite. Talk about four more brushes quickly. So this is one of my favorite eye brushes. Again, you can call it a pencil brush or a smudger brush or a dome shape brush. It is very densely packed, and the tip, you can see it's like a dome, and it is called a smudger brush because it is actually meant for smudging. So next time you want, you know, that smoky goddess sort of a look, you can, you know, smudge your kajal or your liner or anything with this one, and it looks gorgeous. Like, you must have this brush in your kit. Your inner corners also with this, but this is mainly for, you know, smudging your lower lash line or just smudging your eyeliner. And this is the P.A.C 313, but a lot of brands make these brushes, including QVS. And also I'll be listing below a few names of brands which you should be checking out, you know, for affordable brushes. So yes. And I know we have Real Techniques out here, and a lot of people will be like, Real Techniques is not affordable, but when it comes to brushes, Real Techniques is actually more affordable than a lot of brands. And then I have these two brushes. So this one I do for use for spot concealing. This is the Real Techniques detailer brush, and this one or just to do spot concealing or color correcting. This is the brush. You don't want to go with a buffing brush and, you know, do stuff like that. To conceal or color correct an area, then this is the brush you should go for. And I love using this one for my inner corners. This is the Real Techniques accent brush. And if you had questions about eye makeup brushes and face makeup brushes, so I hope this video will solve all the queries. Let me know what other videos you want to see, and let me know your thoughts. And yes, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share it with your friends. Please subscribe, guys, it's really important. And yes, I'll see you guys in my next video. Till take care, I love you all. Bye bye.